I was recently approached by a friend of mine, Cody Preston, who's a teacher at Rockbrook Park School, who asked me if I'd be interested in being one of the speakers at their upcoming Biodiversity Festival. Now, having recently also been the one to officially open their new green room, which is their nature room, I jumped at the chance. So I'm really looking forward to giving this talk on the 29th of April. I was unsure exactly how to approach this, but what Cody had said to me was he wanted me to talk about my book, From Sunrise to Sunset, my general experiences in the Masai Mara, and show some of the pictures from the book. So, having thought about it for a while, I've come up with a slightly unusual take, I think, on how I'm going to approach this. What I've decided to do is put together a series of clips which I uploaded to Facebook on a daily basis while I was in the Masai Mara. And hopefully they'll give you some sense of what I was doing and what the place looked like, and, well, generally to give you the impression of being there with me. Now, the quality is not 100%. As I said, I haven't even looked at these clips since, 2015, so this could be interesting. But please bear with me. This first clip is fairly self-explanatory, so rather than have me talk about it, let's just take a look. Well, who could believe it? I'm looking out, just straight out there, the River Mara, sitting at a Mac downloading pictures that I shot this morning. Unbelievably, spent an hour, over an hour in actual fact, with a lioness and 3 cubs, and just loved every second of it. It was just amazing. So it's been a good trip so far, and it's only day 1. In this next clip, I take you inside my tent and give you a look at the comfort I shared while I was in the Masai Mara. Calling this a tent seems an insult because I've stayed in hotels that weren't this comfortable or well appointed. And halfway through this clip you'll see me with 3 of my Maasai friends as we wait for the fog to clear. Okay, so here we go. This is my second full day here in the Masai Mara. I like my tent. Nice, isn't it? But it's been an amazing morning. And although I said it's my second day, in actual fact, it's kind of the third, because I also had the first day when I arrived, I had several stops before we got here, and I photographed a lot of stuff that I didn't even expect to see at that stage, so it was absolutely wonderful. So I'm sort of calling this day 3. And this morning was just amazing. When it started, I had intended to stay here for the day, just photographing some of the birds in the area. You may be able to hear them in the background. But there was a slight change of plan. Sorry folks, I'm just going to turn this slightly, okay? And what happened was, he couldn't get himself in the frame. There was a gathering of wildebeest on the far side of the river, and it looked as though they were going to cross again. There weren't that many, a couple of hundred, but it looked as though there was a possibility I'd get another view of the actual crossing. And by the time the horrible mist had cleared, and there was a terrible mist, we couldn't see across the river at one stage. Okay, so here we are. The wildebeest are gathering across the river, and we look sad. Why do we look sad? Because there's a bloody great mist. But let's see what happens. Even the lads look sad. But by the time it cleared, there were about, I don't know, maybe 5,000. Now I have to tell you, 5,000 wildebeest at one time is just an incredible sight. absolutely incredible. But they did cross, and I shot some video, not just stills, so hopefully I'll get a chance to post that. There was a little bit of a problem with the internet. We have Wi-Fi alright, but I had a problem with the internet. But I think it's resolved. I think I can sort it now. So I'm just waiting for my driver, Petro, to come back. And when he does, we'll head off and see what's out there for the afternoon. Hopefully more cheetahs and lions. Got a nice kill last night. Totally unexpected. And at one stage with the male and female lion having good feed on wildebeest. It's all part of nature, isn't it? There you go. Anyway, that's it for now. Talk later. Bye. This next clip shows the crossing that I've just spoken about. The one that I did actually get a chance to film. Now it's only 15 seconds I think long. But what a wonderful memory from my point of view. Little did I know that in less than 24 hours I would witness the most amazing crossing. Something I had only ever dreamed of or seen in movies or on YouTube. If I'd returned to Ireland with just that single piece of video, that short 15-second clip, I'd been really pleased with myself. Because after all, I was there to shoot pictures, not video. But little did I know, in less than 24 hours, I would record a video that would become viral on YouTube. But more about that in a while. First, I'm going to give you a look around the camp with another one of the clips that I uploaded to Facebook. Good morning. I hadn't intended to do a video every day, but I have been asked by a few people if I sort of keep them updated as to what I'm doing. So here we go. A quickie. I've just been over, it's just gone 6:30 now. I've been up for about an hour, a little bit more. And I've just been over to see all the people off on their daily first safari. Depending on who you're going with and what's about, you either go out and stay out for the whole day bringing packed lunches and whatever else with you for food, or you go for one in the morning and one in the afternoon. Now in my case today, I'm staying here. I have a funny feeling there's something really interesting going to happen here today, but anyway, even if it doesn't, I'm going to photograph some of the birds in the area. There's a lot of really lovely birds, just birds I don't even know the names of. Don't tell Eric Dempsey that. Sorry, Eric. I haven't a clue about some of them. I mean, I've seen a lot of them, and some of them so unbelievably different to anything we have at home. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do for today, and I've said goodbye to everybody else, so I have the camp to myself. Just me and the staff. I'll just give you a quick look around at what's here. Down that way, if you look at the river sort of diagonally across from my head now, there we go. That's where the wildebeest tend to cross more often. And then if I go the other way, you can see where the river turns around the bend and goes the opposite direction. If I keep turning around, I can show you a little bit of the camp. There we go, that's the main area up there with the dining area, little restaurant, lovely little sort of library area. And they've got an iMac in there, which is great because it means I can download everything. Although we've had problems with internet, so I can't sort of upload a lot of the stuff that I shoot, video or stills, but not to worry. Hopefully I'll get to show everybody everything when I get back. So look, it's early morning. I'm going to enjoy it. Enjoy your day too. See you folks. Bye. And now I'm going to show you that video that I spoke of, the one that has had more than 10 million views on YouTube. Now it's only 2 minutes long, And in actual fact, the clip I'm about to show you is only half of that, about a minute or so. So sit back and experience one of the most amazing sights in nature. What an incredible sight. There are thousands of them, literally thousands. Who would have ever believed that we could be so close to such an amazing phenomenon? You've already seen how comfortable the accommodations at Enton Camp were. Sitting outside in the sunshine was just as comfortable. And in this clip, I talk about having been on a morning safari drive and why our plans had changed and we had come back to camp. Well, good morning everybody. In actual fact, it's a little bit later than that. It's lunchtime. You're looking down the Mara River. I'm just swinging the camera around, so you're going to pick me up in just a second. It's Tuesday, 3rd of November. I just want to give you an idea of the comfort I'm enjoying here. There you go. So for today, I've got a couple of things to tell you. We had planned to be out for the whole day, bringing packed lunches and everything else with us, but we had such a successful morning that I had to come back and download some stuff. It was just incredible. We had only left 10 minutes when we came across a troop of baboons. Wow, yeah, I know. I just don't believe this. It's just amazing. We spent over an hour probably checking them, watching them, and of course taking pictures. Now, I have to tell you, it's mind-blowing to be that close. I mean, at one stage, I was within maybe 20 feet of one of them. It's just incredible. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so we decided we'd drive on a bit after they kind of left us and didn't want to see it. It's in enough of us. Who could blame them? But we drove on for another 10 minutes or so and came across female cheetah and 3 cubs. So, as you can imagine, the camera was going mad at this stage, and over another hour was spent with her and her 3 cubs. Now, I have to admit, I've had some wonderful experiences with cheetah over the last few days. I've been out with them 3-4 times, I can't remember exactly, but it's been incredible. They're a stunning animal, and I have to say one of my target animals when I came here, one that I really wanted to get. Anyway, we left the cheetahs alone, and this bit is from my darling daughter. If you see this, Aoife Marie, I know you want a baby elephant, a Dumbo all of your own, to hang on the wall or whatever, but sorry, I couldn't resist it. We came across a herd of elephants. Now, I've seen lots of herds of elephants over the last week, but started off, there were 13 of them, and the others joined them then. There were over 20 of them by the time we finished. It was just an incredible sight. I keep using words like incredible, amazing, fascinating. That's what this place is. It's just awe-inspiring. There's another one, you know. I've used all the cliches, believe me, and all the superlatives that I can think of, but I really don't think I'm capable of describing just how vast, how beautiful, and how wildlife filled this place actually is. So look, I'm not going to bore you anymore, folks. Just let me put this water down. Oh, by the way, water, just to show you the camp. That's the camp name, Enton. And by the way, if Mark Everly gets a chance to have a look at this, I know you're in Calcutta at the moment, Mark. If you happen to see this, you were asking where exactly I was. Well, I'm in Entham Camp. That was the water just there. I think you probably know where this is. You've probably even been here. So that's exactly where I am, and we've had some wonderful experiences. So as I said, for today, I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll do another video tomorrow. Take care, folks. Bye. This next clip is out of sync chronologically because it was actually shot the day before the previous clip. But I'm including it here because I wanted to give you an idea of what a breakfast stop was like. Okay, here we go. So we just had breakfast. It's Monday morning. It's 10 to 10 or 10 to 7 at home, and I'm surrounded by wildebeest in most directions. There are about a dozen or so vultures over my head, and I'm just going to walk around the Jeep here so that you can say hello to my driver and guide, the absolutely wonderful Petro. Oh, hang on. The age of technology, he's on the phone. Say good morning, Petro.
Good morning, Michael.
No, not to me, to the people at home.
Yeah, good morning. We have breakfast now. So now almost to 10. We're watching wildebeest. The thousands of wildebeest. We are close by to the border, Kenya, Tanzania. So it's and you look at today in the evening, we're going to have a storm come down. So it's a great morning. We find creatures, many things, many. We saw some vultures, some bird around, and many buffaloes, elephants. It's beautiful landscape. We are now out of Mara. We're in the middle of Mara.
And you're taking over the job for the tourist board, yeah? This guy's something else.
I say all the time, welcome in my office. This is in my office.
Okay, he's in his
office. Michael, this is my office. And I say welcome to people who are watching us all over the world.
Well, I tell you guys, I'm delighted to be here. I think it's time everybody else came.
Yeah.
And he's doing a great job for the tourist board, there's no doubt about that. But it's an absolutely amazing setting. I've never seen anything like it. And I'm actually enjoying myself. Isn't it wonderful? I'm going to turn around. I don't know how many of these wildebeest in the distance you can see with just the iPhone, but basically they're right around us, and there's all sorts of other stuff out there. This morning, just a few minutes ago actually, we photographed hyenas, and that was after seeing cheetah earlier on. Unfortunately, we didn't find the mother, but I've already got some great shots of mammy cheetah. I'm just trying to get the Jeep into the door of the Jeep. There we go, Entham Camp, okay? I'll just make sure it's in focus. There you go, Entham Camp. So look, I'm going to leave it at that for now. Thanks for having a look, folks. I know that a lot of people at home are actually looking at these videos. Why you want to look at me, I don't know, but there you go. So take care. And so we come to the final clip in this sequence. And it's basically me saying goodbye to the Masai Mara. Although I wasn't leaving till the following day. This was really my last safari. I would have one more short one the following day, but today, this day, was to be the final full day. Well, here I am again. This is Thursday, and it's my last full day on safari. I have one morning drive tomorrow, but that will be the end of it. In the afternoon tomorrow, I travel to Old Kiombe to take a small plane back to Nairobi for the flight home, and I don't want to go. I'm very sad, but anyway, all good things come to an end, don't they? So look, I'm just going to give you a look around at what I'm doing right now, or looking at, and you can see the Jeep, and behind me Petro just finishing off breakfast. But I'm going to swing the other way so you can have a little look at the landscape of Kenya behind me, just a little bit. And I'm going to swing rather quickly because As I turn around, you guys are watching me, I know, but look behind me. That's no longer Kenya. What you're seeing behind you now, or behind me now rather, that is the Serengeti in Tanzania. Now that's another wonderful place, I believe, for safari, but I ain't that rich yet. Maybe someday, we'll see. Anyway, just thought I'd give you a quick look at that, folks. Take care. Bye. Thanks for watching Wildlife Wednesday, folks. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. If you did, I'd be grateful if you'd give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And when you do, don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified every time I upload new content. If you'd like to buy a copy of my safari book From Sunrise to Sunset, follow the link below the video. In the meantime, take care, stay safe. We're not quite out of the woods with COVID yet, but we're almost there, so take all the precautions that you can. Till next week, take care, stay safe, bye.